Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. You see, a lot of people say that Mr. S. Jaishankar could be replaced as External Affairs Minister and Shashi Tharoor could take his place. Is it possible? Well, anything is possible in politics, but to my mind it is not, and I will try to explain myself. That's the point number one I want to make in this editorial. And the point number two, which is the most important point, is Bharatiya Janata Party government facing talent deficit? Do they have the right person for the right job? That's my editorial. Let's get right into the show. Shashi Tharoor and his visits seems to be getting more impetus, more media coverage, especially in India, not abroad, in India, than possibly what Mr. Jaishankar's visits are getting. Shashi Tharoor is there in media almost every day, maybe as much as what Narendra Modi is. So he is getting a lot of impetus. Will Jaishankar therefore be replaced, and will Shashi Tharoor put in his place as External Affairs Minister? I think the answer is no. There are two reasons why I think the answer is no. Reason number one is the fact that one of the biggest imagery that Mr. Narendra Modi built over his last 11 years of governance is that he has made India a Vishwaguru. That Vishwaguru facade will come crumbling down, down. Finito. That Vishwaguru status will come crumbling down. Because we saw what happened when we were in war with Pakistan. We saw how many countries supported us. We saw how many countries came to our aid. We saw how many countries were bothered about us. We saw all of that. So anyway, there are a lot of questions that are asked, but the fact remains that if he actually picks up his External Affairs Ministry, sack him, which means that even Mr. Narendra Modi is accepting the fact that he is Vishwaguru vagare, most popular nation, most powerful nation, war rukwa di papa and all that is not really happening. These were all local media created. It was not really the national truth. The reality was different. This Mr. Narendra Modi will endorse if he sack Mr. Jaishankar. So chances are that it may not happen. Second point is, if he sack Mr. Jaishankar and hire somebody from Congress, that is Shashi Tharoor, and bring him and place him in Jaishankar's place, then it is very clear that Bharatiya Janata Party had no other talent. They had to parachute talent from Congress. When the times got tough, they had to look towards Congress to get people. They didn't have people of their own. This is the second endorsement that the Prime Minister would be doing if he hires Shashi Tharoor. Endorsement number two, talent नहीं है, भाड़े पे लेना पड़ रहा है या पोच करना पड़ रहा है. You see, that may not be a good message that Mr. Narendra Modi would be sending on the 11th year of his governance. 11th year. So therefore, to my mind, logically speaking, I don't think Narendra Modi would replace Shashi Tharoor with Jaishankar yet. Now, future mein, I don't know. Now let's come to the next part of my editorial, which is Bharatiya Janata Party facing a talent deficit? Do they have enough people for the jobs that they are holding? Do they have people for the job? Do they have alternative for various ministries? You see, there's a company called Ogilvy and Mehta. It's a big advertising agency. It's a very good advertising agency. Now, I read somewhere, I never worked in that agency, but I had read somewhere that when you join Ogilvy and Mehta, There was a Russian doll that was kept on your table the first day when you joined in. A Russian doll. You know a Russian doll? You know that big doll, inside it another small doll, then inside it another small doll, and inside it another small doll, and then the smallest doll. You see, this Russian doll was given to you with a letter signed by David Ogilvy. David Ogilvy was the founder of Ogilvy and Mather, and he was the father of modern advertising. You can call him that. There was a letter from David Ogilvy which said that, listen, when you hire people, if you hire somebody who is not as efficient as you are, you will be hiring somebody smaller than you. And when then that person hires, he or she will hire somebody who is not as good as him. So he or she will be hiring somebody who is smaller than him or her. And if she hires somebody who is less efficient than her, then she will be hiring somebody who is smaller than her. So the company will turn into a company of dwarfs, because you do not hire somebody who you think is better than you. You keep on hiring people who you think will not challenge you one day, will not be a competition for you one day. In the process, you change the company into a company of dwarfs. And if you do vice versa, you start hiring people who you think would one day be better than you, then you are creating a company of giants. This is what David Ogilvy used to say, and it's so correct in today's day and age. I wonder, my question, not that I am making a observation, but my question is Bharatiya Janata Party, has Bharatiya Janata Party fallen into this trap of hiring a person who is not as efficient as you because you don't want competition? He hiring somebody who is not as efficient as he is because he doesn't want competition. And today, the Bharatiya Janata Party government has turned into a government of dwarfs. Is it a possibility? And I say this not just out of my hat. I say this because the leader of Bharatiya Janata Party, the Prime Minister of India, when he campaigned for his re-election in 2024, he said Modi ki guarantee. What did that mean? That means somewhere down the line, in his heart, he also believed the only person who can give any guarantee and which people will believe is me, nobody else. What does that mean? That means that he knows that there is nobody who is bigger than I am. Everybody is dwarf. Everybody is smaller than I am. So has he created a party of dwarfs? And therefore today a government of dwarfs? Is that a reality? Is that possible? Think about it. Think about it. And if they have, then the fault lines will be seen now. In the next 5 to 6 years. And you know why? Because somewhere down the line, when you are new, when you start up your management, the first few years are brilliant. Everything works perfect for you. And for Bharatiya Janata Party, since we had a fantastic, very proactive and pro-government media in this country, everything and anything they did was praised. So a huge aura of we being Vishwaguru and we being one of the most popular nations in the world and all were created, and people bought it. A war happened, and reality all of a sudden showed us its ugly truth. This was reality. Now, another incident happens, another economic crisis happens, or another business crisis happens, industrial crisis happens. You will see one by one the truth. Didn't we see a lot of it when it came to our infrastructure, when it came to our monsoons, when we saw leaking India? Didn't we see that with our railways? So when we see a crisis, when we face a crisis, we will see the cracks. But unfortunately, do we have talents enough to replace the current set of people with somebody else who could be more effective, more efficient? We have seen no replacement till yet. That's the botheration. At one point in time, I remember late Mr. Arun Jaitley was handling more than two ministries, two most important ministries, finance and defense. Why was Bharatiya Janata Party so talent deficient? Why was Bharatiya Janata Party so conservative about having multiple ministers for important portfolios then? Was it because they didn't want anybody else to handle these portfolios, or was it because they didn't have anybody else to handle these portfolios? Have things changed from then? This is the point I wanted to make. Before I end, I want to make one more very important point. You see, Mr. S. Jaishankar went to United States of America primarily to dismiss US President Donald Trump's claim of using trade to force India and Pakistan to accept ceasefire. He went there and he spoke. And you know what? International media did cover. But then he spoke this day before yesterday. He went out and said that I can tell you that I was in the room when Vice President Vance spoke to Prime Minister Modi on the night of May 9th, saying that the Pakistanis would launch a very massive assault on India. We did not accept certain things, and the Prime Minister was impervious to what the Pakistanis were threatening to do. Now, the incident happened May 9th. Almost the whole of May, the whole of June, Donald Trump kept on saying that the truce happened, the ceasefire happened because of trade offer that I gave India and Pakistan. The ceasefire happened because of the trade offer that I gave India and Pakistan. He hyphenated India and Pakistan. He said, fellows, listen, do trade, don't do war. All this Donald Trump kept on saying from May to July.
On Saturday, my administration helped broker a full and immediate ceasefire, I think a permanent one, between India and Pakistan, ending a dangerous conflict of two nations with lots of nuclear weapons. My administration successfully brokered a historic ceasefire to stop the escalating violence between India and Pakistan. And I used trade to a large extent to do it. I said, fellas, come on, let's make a deal. Let's do some trading. But I stopped the war between Pakistan and India. This man was extremely influential in stopping it from the Pakistan side, Modi from the India side, and others. And they were going at it, and they're both nuclear countries. I got it stopped. I don't think I had one story. Did I have one story written about it? I stopped the war between two major nations, major nuclear nations. I don't think I had a story written about it, but that's okay. You know why? The people know.
Our good External Affairs Minister got the time to go out in the media and vociferously say this, that no, we had no trade deal in July. The whole of June, we kept our finger on our lips and heard it out. This is what we were talking about. If you remember what we told in our channel and in my editorial, that I do not understand diplomacy much, but I do understand communication. And if this communication had to be impressed to the world, we should have gone out there in May and told the world that this is not correct. What Donald Trump is saying is a lie. This should have been said in May. Every time Donald Trump said it to the world, we should have equally re-emphasized our position. Not by sending all party delegates and all that. The Prime Minister or the Foreign Affairs Minister himself, the External Affairs Minister himself. These were the two people who would have gone to the world, who should have gone to the world and said nothing of this sort happened. Now we talk. This is 9th, this is 1st of July. We talk. Does that make sense? Wasn't this a communication flaw, a PR flaw? What Trump had to say, he established it. Now sit and saying that, we did not accept any ceasefire because of trade deals. Our ceasefire was different, trade deals were different. All this saying now will not impress the world. Will not impress the world because the communication that Trump placed in front of the world has already been consumed by the world. So we are too late and too little. This is what I say, that we have failed when it came to our communication. And therefore, the External Affairs Ministry should be held responsible for this particular delay and for not have impressed this on the world much before. Till I see you next time, that's tomorrow at 10. Namaskar.